to all the dispossessed youth of Africa, for perpetuation of communion with ancestral spirits through the fight for African freedom, and in the firm faith that the dead, the living, and the unborn will unite to build the destroyed shrines. Greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Dr. Mumbi Spirituals. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray, family, that you are extremely well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life very much in your own narrative. You've made it so far that you're actually getting used to this new you. And if you look at the mirror, family, you'll notice that you're looking quite different from how you looked 5 years ago, even a year ago. You're looking so different. And I just wanted to come on here, family, to really tell you that you deserve a pat on the back. Just go ahead and to congratulate you on how far you've come, family. If you look at what happened when we had the first lockdown, was it in the 2020s or something like that? If you look at what you've been doing as a chosen one, the difficult relationships you entered into as a child, the difficult dynamics you grew up in, whether it was around narcissistic, toxic parents, whether it was being ganged on and bullied by, in school, whether it's even as an adult, being gang stalked, being played with, being just experiencing all kinds of abuse from the system, from your friends, from your partners. And literally, family, 5 years ago, and some of us way beyond that, but the majority of us were led to say goodbye to a lot of people, circumstances, and situations in our lives. It's like we awakened to what was really going on, to the kind of dynamics we had in our families, to the narcissistic abuse we were enduring or had endured, and we decided to stand up for ourselves. And a lot of you started that journey with me right here, family, where we went through discovering things like the kind of binding spells and witchcraft and sorcery that had been done on us as children. Some of us were married to our parents as children. There's all kinds of shows I've done on that. Some of us were actually sacrificed to different family entities, to different principalities and demons, so that our families could get wealth or could get success. And the real testimony is that we're here today. And so a lot of us were awakened, family, because the time came, by our ancestors, by our guardian angels, by our spirit guides, to the reality of what was really going on in our families and in our homes. And once the truth was revealed to us, the truth made us free. But it's been a very lonely journey, family. And I get so many emails from you guys telling me about how you don't have friends, you haven't been in a relationship in a while, you don't talk to any family, and especially, I know the holidays, although by now we know Christmas is fake, Easter, everything in that matrix of theirs is fake, but, it has been extremely lonely. And we're reminded of that during the Christmas, New Year season, and for our brothers and sisters in the divided states with the whole Thanksgiving thing, where we don't have that family to celebrate with or whatever. But family, if you look at your life and how far you come, and if you've been able to receive a bit of word of what's going on in the family dynamics that you left behind, in the home dynamics, in the relationships that you left behind, you'll realize that a lot of your friends that you walked away from, a lot of family members that you walked away from, a lot of situations, be it work environments, be it certain cities that you had the courage to walk away from, are actually in the same situation that you left them in 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whenever you left. It's been years, and they're still having the same toxic conversations with one another. They're still having the same toxic family dynamics. And you could not have afforded to be there because you would not be in the position that you are right now, which is to enter your assignment season, is to become who you had chosen to be. You see, all of that was things like karma and lessons and all these things that we had to get through in order to arrive where we are now, where we can jump into our chosen assignments, where we can jump into the most exciting time of our lives, where we can walk into the golden age. Because in all our individual healing, we created a doorway, we created a portal to the golden age, to another story, to another dispensation, to a heaven on earth, to heavens on earth. We created an alternative path, family. And we got off the time loop by healing, by forgiving, by standing up for ourselves, by walking away. And if you haven't gone through these experiences, I have a lot of shows, and some of the shows may not be on Dr. Mumbi Spirituals or on Dr. Mumbi Show. You may have to join Patreon for that. But there's a lot where you can start your healing journey, and there's a lot of information. And knowledge is what is the key to your salvation, because all we can be is messengers, teachers, cheerleaders, guides. But we cannot come into your life and save you. You have to do all that by yourself, family. And you have spiritual guides, unseen guides, who are your ancestors, who are your guardian angels, who have been with you since the day you were born. And then you have seen guides and messengers like us and many other prophets, seers, psychics who have taken their position, family. And I'm telling you, one of our biggest tools of liberation has been all the messages, all the prophets, all the psychics, all the tarot readers, everyone who is bringing information from the unseen realm into this realm, who is allowing themselves to be a conduit for the spiritual realm, for the beings of light, for the beings of Mama Earth, who are just sharing that new information, that healing information daily. That is helping to change the frequency of so many people, and that is helping to shift the paradigm. But take a time, family, to just take a step back and appreciate, love, how far you've come. Look at how far you come, and then realize that if you had stayed where you were, if you had stayed in your suffering, if you had stayed in that abusive relationship, if you had stayed within the dynamics of your toxic family and you did not walk away, you would be collapsing with Rome and Babylon today. Because you see, the main story being told is about how the world is collapsing and this is happening here and this is happening there. But the true story is of I and I who are walking into the golden age as we speak, who every single day, no matter how easy or hard it is that day to do, we are actively visualizing, speaking, scripting our new life into being. We are taking our crossroad by force, and we are forcibly walking down that new path. But if you had not taken the first brave step of liberating yourself mentally and emotionally, and then exercising forgiveness to set yourself free, family, you would not be where you are today, and you would be so entangled, family, in the toxicities of the past. Because if you think about it, it has taken us, some of us, years. Some of us started this journey when we were teenagers, because we were in a family of fetish priests, because we were in a coven where we were being misused and our powers were being misused and then our memories were being wiped. Some of us were in abusive situations where our mothers were turning a blind eye to the sexual, emotional, and physical abuse of our fathers. Or sometimes it was our fathers that were turning a blind eye to the sexual, emotional, and physical abuse from our mothers. If we had not woken up, family, it was not a choice. It was not a choice. And I know it has been so hard. And I want to assure you, family, that the worst is behind us. The hardest is behind us. The hell is behind us. And we are now moving into our heaven on earth. And it doesn't make it easier when people say that we went through all of that so that we could learn and avoid certain pitfalls in this dispensation. Because what happened back there almost broke us. Like, that's one of the things that really irritates me sometimes, but it is true. We have become so refined in the dark arts. Some of us who were earth angels have become more powerful than the sorcerers and the fetish priests and the magicians in our own families. We had to learn so that we could set ourselves free. And in us knowing that, we totally dismantled their system. A lot of families that thought they could never crumble, a lot of these so-called royal families, it's done for them, family. In 50 years, no one will even know of some of these names that people can't even fathom, that they will be unknown, but they will be truly unknown. And just know, family, that what we went through from our childhood to our adulthood, the people we encountered, that was the real war. That was a spiritual battle, and we have the scars to prove it. We have the battle wounds to prove it. We may never forget what happened to us, family. But the fact that we overcame it means that we're not transferring dysfunctionality to future generations, to our descendants. It ended with us. But that was the war. And a lot of us were at war from the day even in our mother's womb, we were at war. Even in our own mothers tried to abort our missions. And many of our chosen ones were aborted. But we are here. We made it. And we have made such a massive difference in that paradigm, even for those who remain there. There is now a path, when their soul is ready, for them to walk out of lack and abuse and pain and toxicity and to pursue an alternative life and to walk into the golden age. But the golden age is here for us, family. And the lessons we have learned will ensure that we never get entrapped by the rulers of the darkness of the age that has now passed, by the princes of darkness and the principalities. We know them well now. We know them very well. And it's like, because we came in and got the disease, we have now created the antidote. And that changes absolutely everything. Special shout out to everyone that supports us on Patreon. Definitely consider supporting us, family, either with a gratitude donation on PayPal or by joining our Patreon family so that we can continue to bring you the awakening news and dedicate more time. These are just layers of an onion that I'm removing, family. This thing goes way deeper. But just know we made it. And if we had not made the difficult choices that we did, we may not be here on this frequency, ushering in a new dawn. anchoring in a new dispensation and a new frequency, entering our golden age. Tuko pamoja.